Good morning, everyone. My name is Yanlai from University Malaysia Sabah. This presentation is joint work with Dr. Jinky and Simeon from the Academy of Arts and Creative Technology, University Malaysia Sabah. Today, I will present our study. From Hubei children's songs to the primary music classroom, a Kodály-Inspired approach. This paper focuses on how Hubei children's songs can move beyond symbolic cultural display and become structured teaching material for primary music education. In the coming time, I will follow the outline of the paper and show how repertoire analysis can support a culturally grounded path toward music literacy. My presentation is according to the outline: introduction, literature review, methodology, findings, discussion, and conclusion. This structure makes it easier to see how the argument develops from problem identification to practical classroom implications. The central message is simple. Hubei children's songs are culturally meaningful, but they are also pedagogically usable when they are analyzed and sequenced in a principled way. The study begins from the educational value of local children's songs. These songs are closely connected to children's everyday life, dialect, play routines, and local experience, so they are naturally singable and meaningful for young learners. However, the problem is that in many school settings, local repertoire is used only occasionally, often as a cultural add-on. Instead of being organized into a sequence of beat, rhythm, solfege, and notation. Therefore, this study aims to identify the melodic and rhythmic characteristics of documented Hubei children's songs and to interpret their potential for Kodály-inspired classroom sequence. The literature review brings together two major perspectives. The first is cultural responsive teaching, which treats culture as a learning resource and emphasizes that students learn more meaningfully when classroom materials connect with their lived context. The second is Kodály-inspired pedagogy, which values a sonic repertoire, sound before symbol learning, and developmentally sequenced concept progression. When these two perspectives are combined, a clear gap appears. Chinese music education increasingly values local repertoire, but there is still a lack of replicable procedures for transforming documented local songs into structured classroom materials. This gap is especially visible in the case of Hubei children's songs. Methodology. The study used a qualitative design that combined documentary analysis, systematic song indexing, and music feature analysis. The primary source was 中国民间歌曲集成湖北卷 published in 1988. From this source, 65 songs were selected according to 5 criteria, including genre, notational, clarity, text music, correspondence, classroom visible length, and vocal suitability for primary-age children. For each song, an index card was created to record pitch resources, characteristic intervals, recurring rhythmic cells, meter, and phrase or formal organization. In this way, the analysis remains qualitative but also systematic and transparent. The first finding concerns melody structure. Across the corpus, compact pitch inventories are dominant, and indexed materials particularly highlight pentatonic, teratonic, and triad resources. Many songs rely on small collections such as Mi Sol La or Do Re Mi Sol, and melodic movement is often stepwise or limited to small intervals. This means that the songs are developmentally accessible for young singers because the tessitura is generally manageable and the tonal relationships are clear. From a teaching perspective, these characteristics make the repertoire especially useful for echo singing, hand signs, solfege practice, and the gradual internalization of tonal relationships. The second group of finding concerns rhythm, meter, and phrase structure. Rhythmically, the corpus repeatedly uses symbol cells such as a quarter note or ta, and paired eighth notes or titi, with only limited rhythmic variety. In terms of meter, 2 to 4 is by far the most common pattern, creating a stable duple pulse with clear strong and weak beats. And formula level, many songs are short and highly symmetrical, often use patterns such as A, AB, ABC, or ABC. Together, these features suggest that children can first experience beat basically through movement and claps, then recognize rhythm syllables, and later notice how phrases repeat, contrast, and combine. In the discussion session, the paper argued that these musical features can be translated into a principal instructional sequence. The proposed pathway begins with steady beat and the duple meter, then moves to beginner rhythm cells such as titi-ta, then to an interfacial melodic pattern such as do-mi-sol, followed by a melodic expansion to do-re-mi-sol, and later pantomimic experiences and phrase recognition. This is important because it shows that Hubei children's songs can function as more than isolated cultural examples. They can cooperate between local music traditional and structured school musicianship, while still respecting the Kodály-Inspired principle of sound before symbol. To conclude, the study shows that Hubei children's songs contain many features that are suitable for primary music classroom. Limited pitch set, recurring rhythmic cells, predominantly tuba meter, and concise phrase structures, These qualities makes the repertoire appropriate for progress learning experiences that move from saying and movement to rhythm decoding, solfege, and early notation. More broadly, the study offers a practical rationale for integrating regional folk materials into Chinese primary music education in the way that is both culturally grounded and pedagogically systematic. Thank you very much for listening. I look forward to your question and discussion.